If you just moved a little bit to the
Oh,
right,
it gives you instruction. Those guys are the worst.
that's their alibi to get out them losing face.
Ooh.
So what face is it they're losing? It's the
Yeah.
crutch that they actually think that being a jiu-jitsu player has an identity in itself, and it doesn't. You cannot use it as a crutch. And it's the essence of all martial arts. Martial arts was about find yourself within that framework and be honest about it. And you meet the opponent. And as your man Connor will tell you, you're finding it's about you fighting you in the ring. What your other part of the mind, the other part of the mind that we were talking about, wants to say is about your reputation in the gym and what people think of you. So you're trying to find an identity from outside of yourself by not tapping. And you know that feeling. And by the way, I suffer it myself because I don't like to tap either. But it makes my game, it inhibits my game, and it stops me being creative.
Yeah, Marcelo Garcia has always been very adamant about that you have to open up your game in the gym, and it's the only way to really, truly progress. And don't worry about being tapped, and don't have that ego. And there's a great video of him and Demian Maia rolling, and they're rolling, they have like, they're putting almost no like kinetic strength, no explosive energy, nothing athletic. They're just going through the movements and exchanging positions, and they're tapping each other left and right with no ego. It's really interesting to watch because you see like Marcelo catch Demian and they roll to a position and Demian taps, and then they go through another position and Marcelo does it, and it's really fascinating because what they're doing, they're truly flowing. There's no like real, oh, here we go right there, you can see them do it. But like when these guys do it, like as they're doing it, they're obviously using strength and they're countering with skill, but everything is very smooth and controlled. And you're looking at two of the very best black belts to ever do it. You're looking at Demian Maia, who right now is arguably the top contender in the UFC's welterweight division. He's going to be fighting Jorge Masvidal next weekend, actually, which is a really intense fight because Masvidal is a killer. And then Marcelo Garcia, who's probably one of the all-time great strangulation experts that's ever walked the face of the planet. I mean, he's really revolutionized a lot of aspects of the guillotine, the rear naked choke, and I was in Brazil, in Sao Paulo, in 2003 when he burst onto the scene, when he choked out Shaolin. And to see these two guys rolling together is really, really interesting because this is really kind of how you have to do it. You just do it. You know, there's no one is saying I can't tap, I can't put myself in a bad position. They're exchanging positions like right there when Demian gets underhooks and he goes for the deep half. Marcelo's just rolling with it. They're just flowing.
Yeah, but you need two to tango, don't you? You can't have one with an ego and who's not going to play the game and bunkers down and screws himself down. It makes the whole thing very hard to do. It's got to be, you both got to be complicit. Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's very interesting watching like two really, really high level guys like this roll, or like Hadra Gracie and Braulio Estima or something like that. England's got a great scene.
Yeah, it does.
There's so much top level jiu-jitsu over in England right now.
Yeah, it's got some good players. Yeah,
it used to be a time just a couple of decades ago where if you wanted to train, it was very difficult to find really proficient instruction and great training partners.
20 years ago, it wasn't possible. I remember because I was first into it when we made Snatch, which is 18 years ago, and that's when Hodja first came to town, and before then it was just judo, just Nawaza.
Yeah, well, I mean, you can certainly get something out of that, but it seems like the level of attack. I mean, there's some people that have just a one rock solid attack, like Ronda Rousey had that rock solid attack with the armbar, and she comes from that judo background.
That's a naughty armbar.
Oh, it's nasty. Her armbar to this day, I believe, is one of the best armbars I've ever seen in MMA.